Central Iowa couple 48-year-old Jennifer Ryan and the 47-year-old husband Richard Ryan were arrested and charged on the 19th of April with the neglect of their 16-year-old foster son. The abuse came to light on the 22nd of February when a witness contacted the authorities after seeing a teenager tied to a chair at Jennifer's work, which is a car repair shop called Smith Automotive in Pleasant Hill. The child, who has special needs, was zip-tied to a chair by his left ankle and using the belt loop at the back of his pants. She took the boy to work when the husband had to go to work as well. He'll be forbidden to go to the toilet or to have a drink. When police arrived at the store that day, they found the teen sitting in the reception area, adjacent to his mother's desk, tied to a chair. He was removed and taken to a local hospital, and a full investigation was undertaken to determine the full extent of the abuse. The boy weighed a mere 78 pounds and was diagnosed with severe malnutrition. He was so small that neighbours thought he was 11 years old. He suffered from multiple cuts and bruises after being thrown to the floor and struck to the face and head with a wooden back scratcher. He also had bone deformities to a foot that authorities believe was likely caused by being forced to wear shoes that were too small for an extended period of time. The authorities discovered that the boy was routinely confined to his bedroom for several months and would occasionally be tied to the bed frame with zip ties. He was forbidden from leaving his room without permission, even if he needed to go to the toilet. He was often forced to either urinate outside his bedroom window or wet the bed. If he wet the bed, his parents would punish him by taking his mattress and blanket away, forcing him to sleep on the floor. He wasn't allowed to eat breakfast, but he usually ate day-old leftovers for lunch or dinner. If he ever tried to sneak food into his room, he'll be punished and forced to starve. There was even an alarm installed on his door to alert them if he ever tried to leave the room. The boy's mother, Shelley Green, lost custody of her son in 2012 because she abused alcohol at the time and was struggling financially. She said she's sick to the stomach after learning about the news of the abuse. She said she's been sober for a long time now and would like to regain custody of him and have approached the Department of Human Services. Jennifer and Richard have been charged with first-degree kidnapping and neglecting a dependent person as the trial continues. A North Carolina man was arrested for murder over the weekend, following the death of a 4-year-old girl. 27-year-old Milton Horton Jr. was alone with the girl at an apartment complex located at 4433 Lead Mine Road in Raleigh. Early Sunday morning, officers were called to that address after receiving a report of a seriously injured child. The caller said that a girl went to sleep on the toilet and fell and hit her head on the sink. The caller explained that the girl had 2 gashes on her head and was hyperventilating. The caller said that Vaseline was put on the girl's wounds to stop the bleeding and that the girl had a low pulse. Police and paramedics arrived at the scene at around 4:30 in the morning. The girl was transported to hospital for treatment but succumbed to her injuries. After questioning Horton, he admitted to hitting the girl in the stomach. He was arrested and held in custody without bond and faces the possibility of capital murder charges. It's said that Horton and the child knew each other, but they're not related. Investigators are working to gather more information about that relationship.